damn it, boy.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's a beautiful day outside. I got a couple things going on, a lot to do, which I will get to shortly in a minute. But first, we've got to make a stop at Billy's house. And so as you can tell behind me, there are two cars. Unfortunate cars. So first, here's Billy's hatchback, which has been cut because he is making a 4-door hatchback. It's so crazy. So this is going to be an ongoing project that I am not going to really be able to be here every step of the way to show you guys, but this is the beginning of the work in progress. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome back to another episode of Honda Street Garage. Just to catch up on things, I'm going to catch you up on things. First things first is that this weekend, this Saturday, I'm going to be at the IBOC meet in Orlando, Florida at the UTI Training Center. Come and say hello. I will be at the JB Tuned booth along with Zosh. I will have limited edition t-shirts for sale that are going to be different than anything else out there available. So if you want to come get those, you can, and they will actually say Honda Street Garage on them. So yeah, come out and check us out. I'm going to have some girls' tank tops as well. There's going to be lots of other people out there in the industry. I believe Honda Pro Jason's supposed to be there, Frank from Downstar, I think maybe even Kev from Four Bangers, and a bunch of other people. It's going to be a good time. I think it starts at 11 a.m., so come out and see me there. Now, for what's going on today, by the way, thank you all so much for the support on the mountain run video. Right now, so what's going on today is that I am getting the car ready. It is dirty, and I'm doing a few last-minute touch-ups that I'm going to be doing for the car. I'm putting some MPC hardware on for it, finishing that up and cleaning the car up. It's kind of needs a little bit of a touch-up and refresh. I'm also going to be installing a K-tuned throttle cable, which I'll show you in a second. So it gets rid of this super long OEM RSX throttle cable in this big, ugly bracket. So I'll show you what that looks like. So there's more room in here. So I got this K-Tune bracket from HPT Autosport, I think. And so if you could tell, there's the EF. The EF actually looks like it's going to survive on the channel. So thank you guys all so much for picking up the EF shirts. It was a big help, and it really kind of solidified. I think the EF is going to stick around for a while, and I got some things planned next week for it. They're going to be pretty budget DIY friendly for you guys, and it'll be awesome to check out. So what I've got going on is I'm trying to, in other news, if you notice, I'm at Charlie's shop, and I think I'm going to be moving into Charlie's shop because he might be moving out because he's getting another place. So with that being said, that's kind of the update on what's going on. Thank you guys all so much for the positive response from the mountain video. Yeah, I was a little nervous because I didn't know the road, and as far as the steering goes, it's one of those things that I'm getting better at. And I kind of actually ran out of footage. It was sort of an impromptu thing that happened. I just so happened to have the GoPro in my car, and just happened to, you know, Steven messaged me and all these guys showed up, and it just sort of happened. So I would like to plan for the next time that I do it, have more GoPros, you know, in other cars, and maybe facing out the back window. That what I think would be really awesome, and so I could really make it a little bit more entertaining and cutting back and forth. As far as that goes, I'm not an expert driver, okay? So that whole thing was done for fun. And I cannot stress enough, let's take a serious moment here. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have a proper setup on a car for something like that. Going and driving on mountain roads is not a joke. It's not a joke. Let me just say that one more time. It's not a joke. Yeah, the big thing is that it's not a joke. You have to have proper tires, suspension, brakes, in your car kind of set up for a mountain road like that, simply put. And it is dangerous, and we were out there for fun. We weren't really pushing the cars that hard. The cars Could definitely go a lot more, a lot harder if we were to really push it. But expect more of those videos in the future. Hopefully, see what I've been waiting on is to kind of do those type of videos, but it's been so cold, and the type of tires that we run, we need it to be warm. We need the roads to be warm, and it's been rainy a lot lately, and just the temperature overall is starting to finally warm up. So, you know, I think more this spring and summer, I'll be able to go on some more mountain runs and hopefully get, you know, more camera angles and stuff like that. So I'm looking at getting more setup, not only for my car, but for the other cars that go as well. On that note, I've got to get busy on the car because tomorrow is Thursday and I'm supposed to be leaving for IBOC tomorrow, and yeah, I've got to go to town, so I got to make sure that the car is ready. I've checked the oil, I've checked all the fluids and everything like that. I've got a spare tire, jack, and all that stuff just in case anything goes wrong. So let's, fingers crossed, hope that nothing goes wrong. But I've got to do some touch up and you know, swap this throttle cable out and some other little odds and ends just to get the car kind of cleaned up and ready for the show. Yeah, so I have some more MPC hardware that I've got to get on the engine. So a lot of this is engine and transmission hardware, and the great thing about this is that it's got labels of everywhere that the hardware goes, so you don't get confused. Yes, and I didn't have time before Import Alliance to really get all of the transmission and engine hardware on, and there's definitely some more engine hardware that I'm going to have to put on, but I think I might actually pull the motor out or something to put that on. Here's Charlie's car. Yeah, so MPC is great. They've been a great company. Their product is just amazing. The quality of it is ridiculous. So check them out if you're interested in some super quality hardware. Now I got to get busy on this and knock some stuff out, as well as install this K-tune bracket. So you can see here how much smaller it is. I've got it in the bracket. This bracket is clearly for cruise control and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to get all this stuff wrapped up and get it moving. Okay, so I've been working on this thing for a minute now. Got all this stuff cleaned up, resprayed. This hardware just looks gorgeous on here. Takes a long time to kind of get all those little pieces in there. It's kind of hard to really see in the sun, but I'm gonna keep working, moving forward, because I'm running out of time to get this thing ready. Okay, so I finally got all this stuff taken care of for the show this weekend. I've got all the MPC transmission hardware on, a good bit of the engine hardware on. There's still some things I'm going to do here in the future. I think I'm going to RBC swap the manifold. When I do that, I'll finish up with that hardware. But I do have the K-tune throttle cable bracket and throttle cable on. It makes things look a whole lot cleaner without that cable coming all the way around. Seems to be pretty good quality. Doesn't seem like I have any complaints yet or anything, so we're going to see how this thing does. I'm sure it'll be great. I hear a lot of good things about it, so working right along. I'm going to put the intake back on, and then of course I'm going to have to wash this thing and get it cleaned up before I head down to Florida. And yeah, pretty much it today. So remember, the sun is right behind me, so you can't see my face. So remember, yeah, this weekend come see me at IBOC in Florida at the UTI. Why do I always say that? At the UTI school parking lot. Starts at 11 a.m. I'll be at the JB Tuned booth with Zosh. So come out, be a good time. See you there. So this is where I'm going to wrap up this video today, guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you for picking up Save the EF t-shirt, because the EF is going to be staying around. And like I said, I'm going to be doing a couple things as soon as I get back next week. This week I've just been trying to tie up loose ends with the EJ1 before I go down to Florida. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Peace out and keep living your dreams.